Hello, good morning. I am Dr. Reginam Linas, Associate Professor and HOD of Electrical Engineering Department at Sanjay Godawat University, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Under this electromagnetic series in Doubly Knowledge channel, we came to know in the last class how one can convert Cartesian to cylindrical and cylindrical to Cartesian, and how that Cartesian variables are converted into cylindrical variable and vice versa. Like that we have learned in this last lecture. So in this lecture we are going to learn about how one can represent the spherical coordinate system and what are the importance of spherical coordinate system, why we need to go for spherical coordinate system. So accordingly, in the spherical coordinate system, mainly used for to specify some points in this three-dimensional view. For example, some object is moving in our globe, flight or whatever it is, for their direction and which radius it is and how much altitude it is. So all those things we can represent by using this spherical coordinate system. Let me share my screen first. I hope my entire screen is visible to you. So I have taken this is globe from the internet. That globe is nothing but spherical. So for that showing that I have taken this. Let me take first recall this Cartesian coordinate system. Whatever we have learned already. If we have three axes, if we have three axes such as x, y, z. In Cartesian coordinate system, if you want to represent one point in this xyz plane, three-dimensional, first we will take it the projection of this. For example, this is the point. This point is in P of x comma y comma z. So if you want to represent this point, first we will take, we have already done this in this as when I explained this cylindrical coordinate system. So this is a projection of point in xy plane. So this point will be, maybe you can take it as point x comma y. Then this is the distance z, therefore x, y and z. Like that we can represent this point. Then we come to know the cylindrical coordinate system. We will take this radius as this is the xy plane. So this will be perpendicular to this. This will be perpendicular to this. Therefore, this is the radius of the cylinder we have taken. Radius of the cylinder. Then we have considered this is one plane. So this plane is having the angle of inclination phi with respect to x, so that we have represented it as r. This radius is r phi and z, r theta and z. Like that we have derived and we converted. Now the same way we are going to represent this cylindrical coordinate spherical coordinate system. For that you can take let me draw for making it easy. First I will draw the circle. So this is the center and we have this xy x x y and z. So now this is the point we have represented it as already in xy z plane, x comma y comma z plane. So now we are going to convert that into spherical coordinate system. So if you see this, the spherical coordinate system, assume this is the origin of this sphere. So if this, we can have this distance from this origin to this point, distance from distance between this origin and the point will be radius r. Then if we take this projection of this point in this xy plane, right? Projection of this point in xy plane, already we have done this in Cartesian coordinate system. So this is how we can take, this is a y axis, y distance, and this is small x distance. So this it will create one plane. It will create one plane. This is the point projection. So we can take this angle as phi. This angle will be phi. Angle between z axis and the line which is connected between the origin and the point, you can take it as theta. So if you know phi, so that we know this angle of inclination, and if you know this distance, and if you know this angle between z axis and r, the distance radius, you can easily point out this point. So what is the representation in spherical coordinate system? Instead of r, you can say that r, x, you can say that r, then phi and theta. So in cylindrical coordinate system, we have seen that phi, r, phi and z. So in this spherical coordinate system, we have seen that r, phi and theta. Let me take what is mean by r component and what is mean by uh, phi and what is mean by theta. So that after that, in the next class, we will come to know how to convert Cartesian to spherical, spherical to Cartesian. See this previous discussion, we come to know this radius, the cylindrical coordinate system, this radius is same as this radius. So we have taken as x is equal to, we have taken this way, r is nothing but x square plus y square only, right? Since the reason is this r is same as here this distance r. But at the same time, in our case, this r is not same as this r is not same as this distance. So I am taking this is the distance a. So O, maybe you can take this point P dash, OP dash can be A distance, and the distance OP can be OP can be the distance R. So we want to know what is R, what is phi, and what is theta. So for that, let me take this YZ plane alone, this plane alone, YZ plane alone. I will draw it here. This is along, this is Z axis. Then we can have, this is Y axis, then this is Z axis. Now we have seen this point is nothing but the radius r, the distance r. Now I already told you this is xy plane, this is xy plane. So this point will be always, this is also 90 degree. If you know this angle will be 90 degree, since this is in xy plane. So it is like one tray. So this plane, this distance is nothing but, we can say the distance, we can say this a will be here in this, if you draw it in this two-dimensional. So this point will be your a, this point will be your a, and this point will be, this distance will be your z, this distance will be your z. Therefore this angle, you can say this is that theta, this angle will be theta. Now if you draw this perpendicular to line here, I am going to find out what is this distance. We know that a, but what is this distance in terms of r? We can say this is y distance and this is a distance. So that what can be this r? R is nothing but r, but let me take this Pythagoras theorem. This is one triangle, so this is 90 degree. Then this angle will be theta, therefore this angle will be theta. Therefore we can write sine theta equal to opposite side a divided by r, hypotenuse. From this, a is equal to r into sine theta. Similarly, cos theta equal to z by r, which gives z is equal to r into cos theta. Therefore, this is nothing but r into cos theta. So this is nothing but r into sine theta. So obviously, this distance will be, you can say this distance will be, we can say that r into this distance will be r into sine theta, r into sine theta. In other, so now if you draw this in this xy plane, we can have that we are going to find out r phi and is the r phi and theta in terms of x, y, and z, right? So now we know that this angle is 90 and this will be x-axis and this point will be y-axis, then this angle will be phi. Then we know that this distance I am drawing only xy plane, so this is nothing but r into sine theta. So this distance we can say y and this distance will be, you can say, x. So this is r into sine theta. So from this you can come to know that this distance want to know and this distance we would like to know. For that we can take sine phi is equal to, opposite side will be y divided by r into sine theta. From this, which gives y is equal to r into sine theta into sine phi. Similarly, so this distance will be r into sine theta into sine phi. Automatically, this will be also r into sine theta into sine phi. Similarly, x means how we can find out x? Cos theta equal to x, this distance, right? This is y, this is x. So adjacent side x divided by r into sine theta, which gives x equal to r into sine theta. So not sine theta, sine phi, r into sine phi into cos theta. So we know that what are the variables in x-axis? X is nothing but then another important one factor z also. So z already we have written here r into cos theta. Therefore z is equal to r into cos theta. So if we know this cylindrical coordinates, the spherical coordinate system, we can convert that into cylindrical coordinates, Cartesian coordinate system. This variables will be, let me take, let me copy once again to convert Cartesian to in this two dimensional. But I am not taking all the vectors of Cartesian cylindrical to Cartesian, spherical to Cartesian, only based on the two dimensional how the variables are changing. Let me take now x is equal to, this will help us to find out all the variables in the cylindrical coordinate system can be converted into Cartesian coordinate systems. Sorry, a spherical coordinate system. Spherical coordinate is converting into Cartesian coordinate system. Then let me explain how one can convert Cartesian to spherical. Convert Cartesian to spherical in two dimensional. So if you see here, we already know that this, let me draw once again so that you can easily understand. So this is the circle and this is the x-axis, this is the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So this is the point. If this point is coming here and this is the project radius a, we have r and sine theta, whatever we have taken. So this distance will be y, and this distance will be x, and this distance will be z. So we know that a is equal to, this is hypotenuse, a is equal to y, this is nothing but x. Therefore we can write a is equal to square root of x square plus y square, or otherwise a square equal to x square plus y square. That means hypotenuse side square equal to adjacent side square plus the opposite side square. Then if we know this is a, we know that this angle will be this distance will be r, this angle will be theta, therefore this will be also theta. So we can see here, this is hypotenuse, r is hypotenuse, this r hypotenuse is nothing but this a and opposite side, and z is adjacent side. Therefore we can write r is nothing but root of a square plus z square, or otherwise r square equal to a square plus z square. Already we know the, what is mean by a square in from this equation 1. Therefore r square equal to x square plus y square plus z square, which gives r is nothing but square root of x square plus y square plus z square. So now all the variables in Cartesian is converted into radius r. Then remaining variables are theta and phi. So if you take this angle phi, we can take tan phi is nothing but opposite side divided by adjacent side. So opposite side is y and adjacent side is x. Therefore, y is equal to the adjacent side is x, right? So from this we can easily write it as phi. 1 minute. Phi. This is x, which gives phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. So we know phi now, r also. Remaining is theta. So how we can find out this theta? Theta can be find out from this equation. How it will be? That theta can be written as this angle, right? So now let me draw this line here. So this is nothing but a. A is square root of x square plus y square, right? Square root of x square plus y square. Then this is like a triangle. We can make it rectangle, right angle. So we can make it that rectangle. Then we can have this angle will be theta. This angle will be theta. Therefore, this angle will be also theta. This will be r. Then this will be z. Therefore, we can write this is theta, right? So tan theta can be written as opposite side by adjacent side. Therefore, square root of x square plus y square divided by z, which gives theta equal to tan inverse of square root of x square plus y square divided by z. You can write tan inverse of z by the a by z. So this way we can find out theta. So let me summarize once again all the values. If you want to convert Cartesian to spherical coordinates, how we will convert entire vector, I will let you know in the next class. Cartesian spherical coordinate, we can have r equal to square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Then theta equal to tan inverse of a by z, that is nothing but tan inverse of square root of x square plus y square by z. Then phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Then if you want to convert spherical to Cartesian variable, so spherical to Cartesian variable means you want to know what is x, what is y, and what is z. X we have already derived from this previous in the previous page. Previous page, what is x? X is nothing but, yeah, this is x is equal to r into sine phi into cos theta. X is mm, x is equal to r into sine phi into cos theta. Y is equal to r into sine phi into sine theta. Then z is equal to r into cos theta. So this is what we have derived from this previous equation. Let me check once again. Maybe r theta. This is a mistake I have done. So this is cos theta equal to x. Cos theta is nothing but what? Cos theta. We can write it as r into sine phi. Yes, sine theta. Cos theta equal to y by cos theta equal to yes, y is nothing but z by z into cos theta is correct. So then we can write it this one sine theta sine theta sine phi and sine phi and cos theta cos theta sine phi cos theta. Let me take for there is no, let me write it here very clearly that cos theta. So cos theta, this is the theta. This is nothing but we can have r. This is r into sine phi, and this angle will be theta. We have written here, right? So this is r, and this distance will be r into sine theta or sine phi. R into, yes, r into sine theta. Therefore, we can write sine phi is nothing but sine sine cos theta is nothing but z by r. Yes, correct. Z equal to r into cos theta. Then sine theta is nothing but a by r, that is nothing but r into sine phi. So then we have written here r into sine phi. Therefore this distance is a. A is nothing but r into sine phi. Therefore we can write this will be sine theta. Therefore this will be sine theta into sine phi, then sine theta into sine phi. Yes, fine. Then it is correct only. X is equal to r into sine phi into cos theta. R into sine phi into cos theta. So we can derive this entirely here. Spherical r into sine phi into cos theta. Y is equal to r into sine phi into sine theta, and uh, z is equal to r into cos theta. So with this we can conclude that how one can convert Cartesian to spherical and spherical to Cartesian. I hope this is understandable. First we have consider what is in Cartesian coordinate system, how one can convert cylindrical, then how the same point is converted into spherical coordinate system. This conversion or the spherical coordinate system is will be helpful to know this how that object is moving in the three-dimensional. For that it will be very helpful. I hope there is one small confusion was there. I hope it is very much understandable and you can easily learn it through this video how one can convert Cartesian to spherical and spherical to Cartesian. I hope this portion is understandable. Those who have not subscribed this channel, kindly subscribe. Wish you all the best. Thank you.